Yizzo, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man. You can tap in or you can tap out. But you know my slogan. You know what I suggest? And I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now you already know time and energy are the highest forms of currency, my G. I know they got y'all here chasing the bag, chasing that money, chasing that paper, stacking that cheese, that cheddar, and that mozzarella. But always keep it in the front of your mental Rolodex that time and energy, the highest forms of currency, my G's, at all times. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Big salute to all my day one investors, everybody that's highly invested in the channel, man. Everybody that understands that we are growing this channel organically, constant elevation. Yeah, we on our way to the top, well over 50,000 subscribers, and we on our way to 60K. All right, even bigger salute to all my newcomers, all my new subscribers, everybody that's making their way to the Realest channel on YouTube. Grown Man Business TV, man, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But I carved out a lane for the real, and I'm the only one in it, my G's. You already know how I'm giving it up, and you absolutely know how I'm putting it down, all right? Now, do me a favor, right? Wipe off your feet before you step into the big house. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear every time you step foot in the Realest channel on YouTube, Grown Man Business TV. You are not here by mistake. Nothing is by coincidence. If the algorithm led you to this channel, you already know you about to get some of the purest dope on YouTube, straight off the brick, directly into the bottle. That's how pure the dope is, all right? So big salute to y'all. Now, you got to understand something. I see the DMs. You know what I mean? I got a lot of people in the DM. Yo, GMB TV, what's your perspective on everything that's going on with Haas Cambell and Supreme? I mean, what's your thought process on everything that's taking place with Supreme and Haas Cambell? And I got to say, first and foremost, right here, before we get any further, before we get any deeper, it is absolutely nasty work, my G. I mean, it's disgusting at this point what's going on in these YouTube streets. But just like the homie Gully TV, it's money on the floor. It's money all over the floor, and we absolutely have to bait the algorithm, all right? So Hassan Cambell just recently came onto his platform and let everybody know that he is being sued for defamation of character by Supreme Mcgriff. Yeah, I'm talking the leader of the Supreme team. This so-called gangster. Yeah, we all know who Supreme is. We all heard and seen the documentary. We all heard him say that, you know, Bimmy been a CI for the last 40 years. I mean, it's a lot going on. And one thing for sure, two things for certain, we gonna talk about this because these, you know, it's these false idols, it's these images, it's these narratives that's being painted and being thrown out there for everybody to see. And behind closed doors, right? These dudes are called the police. They'll sue you. They'll have you in court. I mean, it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deep in the rap. And what's going on with Hassan Cambell, you know, I want to speak on that. I want to speak on that because it is absolutely disgusting for a dude like Supreme to be shooting shots at a YouTuber. At a YouTuber. All right. So, you know, big salute to the chat. We're going to talk about that. You know, I want to speak about the situation with Champ as well. I just want to get my perspective on these things that's going on in these YouTube streets because I am a YouTuber. I am a truth teller. You know what I mean? So we gonna bait the algorithm. We gonna make sure that we give the algorithm what they want so that when I deliver these powerful messages, pure dope straight off the brick into the bottles, it's absolutely in the algorithm. All right, so we gonna talk about this. Yeah, I said Champ. We gonna speak a little bit about Bimmy, but what's going on with Hassan Cambell and Supreme, that's out of pocket. That's disgusting. I mean, it's really looking like Queens, New York is full of queens. Yeah, you know, they all from Queens, right? And they acting like queens. Yeah, respectfully. I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. My homies is from East New York, Brooklyn, and all that, Canarsie and all of that. My homies is from one of the thoroughest areas out there in NYC. I don't know too much, and I don't really do too much dealings in Queens. But it's looking like Queens is full of queens. Yeah, you know what I mean? It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. We're going to speak on that from a grown man perspective. Big salute to everybody that's in the chat, everybody that's locked in. Make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button. Make sure you know where you at. Do what you're supposed to do and wipe off your feet before you step into the building, all right? So before I talk more about this, you know, Hassan Cambell being sued, you know, the police and the federales knocking on his door to serve him with papers. That is disgusting work, my G. All right? Before we do that, though, you already know I got to do some customizations to the chat. You already know. Before I get into this pure dope, straight off the brick, into the bottles, I got to do some customizations to this chat, all right? The higher-ups and the elites are always working overtime. They're always playing chess at the highest level. At the highest level, you understand me? So they always trying to muffle the message. They always trying to shadow ban the channel. Now, I mean, you got to know something. They always making moves to try to slow this channel down, but it ain't going to work. And you got to know something, man. The revolution will be televised right here on YouTube. Yeah, right here in these YouTube streets, the revolution will absolutely be televised. All right? So let me do some customizations to the chat. Well over 100 in here. You know, I'm going to give y'all a second to get in here while I'm customizing this situation. Supreme Mcgriff is suing Hassan Cambell, a YouTuber, man. You know what I mean? Absolutely nasty work. And we've seen this happen before with Cardi B, Tasha K. You know, it's been numerous different examples of people, you know, suing YouTubers, suing truth tellers. And you got to know, like, for the most part, it's women doing it. You got, like I said, Cardi B and Tasha K, the most recent, right? It's women that jump out there and claim defamation of character and all that. But when you got a New York drug kingpin or an ex-drug kingpin, you know, that's disgusting, man. That's disgusting. And we're not going to do no picking and choosing. You know, it's non-bias over here. That's absolutely nasty work, my G. You know what I mean? Because we're going to talk about that. But for everybody to be wanting to expose Bimmy for being a CI, you know, cool. If he's a CI, expose that. But we not going to act like what Supreme is doing is all right. You know, any type of police activity is a no-go. Absolutely disgusting, and it ain't gonna be tolerated. Now we're gonna talk about this from multiple different levels and multiple different angles, because you know what, I'm a YouTuber as well. I'm a truth teller. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna address this, and it's gonna be a message in the madness, especially for a lot of you youngsters that look at this YouTube thing as a way out. A lot of you youngsters that look at content creation as an option and a way out the ghetto. A way to make money, a way to create a career. Y'all all see what's going on, and I know a lot of y'all want to get involved in this, and it's going to be a message in this. All right? So big salute to the chat. Make sure y'all do what y'all supposed to do when y'all come up in this building. Bam. You see that right there at the bottom of the chat, right? Before you get in here with your Twitter fingers, doing your Twittering with your Twitter fingers, all in the comment section with your Twitter fingers, Twittering away all the questions and all that with the Twitter fingers and all that. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear every time you step foot in the Realest channel on YouTube. Yeah, I said it. The Realest channel on YouTube, Grown Man Business TV, is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Now, let's get deep into this situation. Let's talk about it. You know, again, Haas Cambell is saying that he is being sued by Supreme. You know, nasty work. Absolutely disgusting. You know, we're going to talk about it because I'm going to start right here. I keep telling y'all, anytime, you know, the police get involved, anytime a white person with that dog fur get involved, it's yes, sir, and it's no, sir. As soon as it's one of us, as soon as somebody from your community, somebody from your peer group, somebody that look like you, somebody that represent the same urban community that you represent, all of a sudden you want to get big, bad, and gangster. And I never respected that about these so-called gangsters, these hooligans, these street niggas. It's always yes, sir, and no, sir. Yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, when that dog fur come around. And what do you mean by that, GMB? I mean, where are you going with this? Well, it's a lot of people that have been making these claims about Supreme. You know what I mean? A murderer, a drug dealer, a drug kingpin, an inmate, somebody that helped destroy the black community. I mean, it's a lot of dog fur having people out there with that dog fur. Yeah, that sheep fur and all that. that been speaking openly about this for a long time. It ain't nothing that Hassan Cambell said that a white person ain't said, that dog fur ain't said, but you want to take action against Haas Campbell. You want to play these police games with Haas, and that's disgusting, my G. And before these dudes get up here trying to protect Supreme, trying to make excuses for Supreme, I'm going to come up here non-biased, and I'm going to give you a grown man perspective. That's disgusting work. Any and everything we done heard Hassan Cambell say, trust me, it's been said already. This ain't no secret with Hassan. And you know what? Before, you got to know something. One thing for sure, two things for certain. I kept the receipts. I don't come out the house without the receipts. I kept the receipts in my back pocket. Any and everything Hassan Cambell has said about Supreme has already been said in a court of law, has already been said by them little hat people, by dog fur having people, by everybody else. They already spoke on this. Why you ain't never sent the police at them? Why you ain't never started, filing defamation of character lawsuits against, you would have a lot of lawsuits. But for some reason, you want to shoot at Haas. Okay? So we gonna destroy the image of these street niggas is washed up. These street niggas is washed up. And as soon as they get a chance to use the law in their favor, they do that. That's why it's so many confidential informants. That's why it's so many statements being made behind closed doors, because none of these gangsters abide by the code of the streets. None of these gangsters, none of these shooters, none of these hooligans, none of these drug dealers, none of them. They all got stains on their jacket and chinks in their armor when you start looking into the paperwork, when you start looking into their situations, all of them. Yeah, that's why they don't like when I talk. They don't like when I speak. Man, you got dudes out there getting 5 years probation for murders. First degree, second degree murder. They walking away with probation. And you think it ain't some stains on their armor? You think it ain't no chinks in the armor? You think they just giving people probation for stone cold murder? This is how disgusting the streets have become. All right? Any of these dudes, the shooters, the hooligans, the thugs, the drug dealers, the drug kingpins, as soon as they get a chance to use the law in their favor, oh, they with it. They with the law. Oh, yeah. We gonna look into this. We gonna look into this. Yeah, and I said what I said about probation for murder. I ain't got to put no names on it. If you know, you know. You got dudes out here that committed stone cold first degree murder and got probation. And you think that it ain't something to find in that paperwork? Why do I speak on these things? Again, YouTube, we got the most powerful voices at this present moment. Our voices are more powerful than these rappers. It ain't a rapper out there that can trump what we doing over here in these YouTube streets. I mean, all the way down to television, TV, tell, lie, vision, because they telling lies in that tube right there, right? Nobody watches television anymore. They watching YouTube way more than they watching television. So I speak to these angles and I speak to these subjects because I know it's a lot of babies and a lot of young men and a lot of teenagers and a lot of young adults that's watching us. They might not show up in the chat. They might not say nothing, but they sitting back and they watching and they listening. They listening, bro. That's the only reason why the channel is growing the way the channel is growing, because it's a lot of y'all in the cut lurking, paying attention, soaking up game. So what I need you to know is that the image of these gang members, these drug niggas, these real niggas, these street hooligans, they all been washed up like Tide detergent. They all washed up. And as soon as a grown man walk into the situation, as soon as a grown man steps into the dialogue and the conversation and start questioning the narrative, oh, that's when it all falls apart. I want everybody that's falling under my voice to be able to see all of these dudes very clearly. All the way up to Supreme Mcgriff, all the way down to Zip with the Drip. All of these dudes, they all washed up. They all got chinks in their armor. They all got suspect, allegations. If it's not Mook allegations, then it's something going on with the paperwork. All of them. The most notorious killers. I'm talking all the way to Wayne Perry out there in Washington, D.C. The Michael Jordan of murder. Yeah, he got Mook allegations. Sean Branch said he saw Wayne Perry, off in that cell with one of the Mookingtons, doing Mookington activity. I want the youngins and I want everybody to really be able to see through the smoke and mirrors. This whole thug, yo, son, yo, B, what it do, B? Those is the same dudes talking in them interrogation rooms. Yo, son, yo, B, what it do, B? Those is the same dudes with Mook allegations. Is somebody out there saying, homie got Mook allegations? With all of them. With all of them. From Mikey B to the Zip with the Drip, the 10 toes down. Somebody out there said, I saw this man engaging in Mook activity. I know somebody that knows somebody that was engaging with, it is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be. My job, one of my objectives is to absolutely destroy the image of the thug nigga, the street nigga, the jail nigga. And to let you understand that the real big deal is grown ass men that stand on grown man business. That's for everybody in the DM like, yo, G&B, you know, why you speaking on this situation? Like, that shit trash. We need you to talk about this and we need you to talk about that. And I'm with you and I understand. Don't get me wrong. I hear you. I recognize what you're saying. And I obviously and most definitely, I agree to a certain extent. But one of my objectives as well is to speak to this street shit because I was in the streets. Yeah. To speak to what the false narrative and the propaganda pushed and the thing that brainwashed us about these street activities and these street niggas. It ain't no code of ethics in the streets. It ain't no code of ethics. It ain't no honor amongst thieves. Yeah, I knew back in the day as a youngster, you don't sue nobody. You don't sue a street nigga about street activity and street business. If somebody slanders your name, you gonna have to do something about it or just prove that it's a lie. But you don't go to the courts. You don't go to the police. You don't get involved with lawyers and get the suing and defamation. That ain't a part of this. That don't got no room. That don't get no play in the streets. So Supreme doing that. Nasty work, my G. You know what? Let's get into a couple of these receipts. Big salute to the chat. Well over 300 in here. Hit the like button, run the likes up and all that. Let's make sure we on cue. Nasty work, man. Absolutely disgusting if you ask me. I don't know what's going on in the world where you got ex-drug kingpins suing YouTubers. You got all these hooligans out here trying to uplift the name of Supreme. Oh, he's the big homie. Yeah, he was a drug kingpin for the Supreme team. Well, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of this stuff with Supreme is nasty work. And I'm gonna talk about that. Especially what's going on with Haas Cambell, but even what's going on with Bimmy. And I'm gonna talk about that. I ain't gonna we not letting this shit ride. We gonna keep it all the way. We gonna keep it all the way funky with Supreme Mcgriff. If Bimmy was a CI for the last 40 years, why you ain't never spoke? So you sat back for 40 years and you watch Bimmy engage with real niggas. You watch Bimmy go out there and do business with real niggas. And you sat in that jail cell knowing that he been a CI for 40 years. And you ain't send word to the street. You wait for a documentary to come out so you can make a couple of dollars off the situation. And everybody think that's okay. Ain't nobody speaking on that. Ain't nobody pinpoint. So you set back for 40, maybe 20 years, knowing that Bimmy was a rat, knowing that Bimmy was rubbing shoulders with Jada Kiss and all these other real niggas. And you ain't send word through your son. You ain't send word through your people. You ain't send word through your lawyer to step out there and say, yo, he's bad. Knowing that he represents the Supreme Team. He been representing the Supreme Team for all these years out in public doing business with real niggas. And you sat back and harbored a rat for over 40 years. And you think you did bad. Supreme did bad. Supreme Mcgriff, he did. If you sat back and you harbored a rat, you did bad, my G. And now you suing Hassan Cambell, and salute the Harlem legend. Because word to Hassan Cambell, he say Harlem got the paperwork. Harlem got the paperwork that's confirming that you gonna sue. You sent the police. Hey, let's get into a couple of these receipts, man. This shit is disgusting. It's disgusting, B. And I'm one of the ones in this algorithm that ain't afraid to talk that talk, baby. I ain't afraid to step on that. Again, all of these so-called hooligan thug niggas, they either got snitch allegations, mook allegations, or they got both allegations. I don't think it pays to be a jail nigga. I don't think it pays to be a hooligan. Yeah, that shit might have worked back in the 90s before we had this technology. Yeah, Zip with the Drip, Mikey B, Hood TV. Couple of other you niggas out here got Mookatin allegations on you. Respectfully, man. 10 toes down and all that. So again, I'm a different breed with this. Let's get into a couple of these receipts. Big salute to the chat, man. We ain't gonna stay long. Harlem, I see you in the chat, man. Salute to the homie. You already know how we doing this algorithm. I got love for everybody doing their content. But see, one of the things that come with this content is the truth. The truth. Every time I step in the booth, I be's the truth. Y'all know what I'm bringing to you. I be's the truth. Y'all niggas know who I be. I'm the truth. What I speak will set you free because I'm the truth. I'm the truth, my G. When the truth is spoken, man, hey, man, it is what it is and it'll be what it's gonna be. That whole street image, you niggas better go get a job. You better go start a business. Yeah. Yeah, you better go make something of your life. For you end up like Supreme Mcgriff Jr. behind bars, sending out paperwork, suing people, playing police games. Those is called police games. So I don't know how long. You must have been locked up for a long time. Those is called police games, what you doing with Hassan Cambell. And I'm going to talk more about that. We going to get into a big salute to the chat. Let's see what we got going, man. Hey, Haas, man. You know, y'all already know I'm going to have some fun with this. Haas, man, you know, it's nasty work what they doing to you. But it's even more than, I don't know, what you got going on with this perm and all that? Nigga Hassan Cambell this nigga would have got a blowout kit. Hey, Haas. Hey, Haas, man. You got that Boricua in you. That Latino. That $1 mela. You got that in you, man. You can't be using these blowout kits and all that. What the fuck you got, Hassan Cambell, man? It might be time to cut it off, B. Respectfully, get your Michael Jordan on. I don't care. I ain't judging you how you look and all that. You another man. I'm just giving you some friendly advice. Yeah, man, it might be time to chop that shit off. I don't know how you laying that motherfucker down like that. Hey, Harlem, man, tell Haas to chill, man. Hey, Harlem, you be fucking with Haas and all that. Hey, next time you talk to Haas, you tell Haas Campbell that shit is nasty work, B. That nigga blew that motherfucking S-curl out and laid it down. Yeah. You can't, hey Haas, you can't use that blowout kit for the S-curl and then lay it down nice and flat like that, man. You bugged out, cuz. And then you came on this, put your goddamn hat on, Haas. Put your hat on next time. Stop doing this to us, Haas. Somebody gotta say something. Salute to the homie Haas Campbell. You know I fuck with you and all that. I'm just saying, B, we can't even pay attention to the words that's coming out your mouth because you got the motherfucking blowout kit going on. And we don't know if you got a man unit, if you got a wig on. I mean, that dog fur is dog. Hassan Campbell, you got that dog fur, Haas. Hey, Haas Campbell, you got that motherfucking dog fur popping out right, man. Don't you ever lay that dog fur down like that again, Haas. All right? You ain't black, too, nigga. Your ass ain't black, Haas. Ain't no black man in America could lay his motherfucking dog. Man, shit. It ain't a black man in America could get that S-curl kit to blow his shit out like that. You know what? You know what, Haas? I'll let you talk to the people. I'm gonna let you talk to the people, man. But you do not do us like this no more. Yeah, I need to go to court for that blowout kit. We don't need, hey, take back the defamation of character and take your ass to court for that blowout kit. You need to sue the people that sold you that blowout kit. All right? That S-curl. Yeah. You need to sue them people. All right, fuck it. You know what? Salute to Haas Campbell. Let's get into this receipt right here. I just needed to say that. What the fuck? Haas, man. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna. Go ahead and talk to the people, Haas. Look! Look! Look!
I'm trying to understand, for the life of me, how I got a drug kingpin sitting in a cell.
God, crazy, son.
Imagine
Hey,
bringing
yo, try not to laugh. Hold up. I'm gonna let this joint play, you know what I mean? But you, wow. Okay, go ahead and talk to the people,
Sending the police to knock at my door. This is the same dude that come from a generation where the saying is, and I quote, snitches get stitches. But this man who is sitting in a prison cell where the rules is you don't talk to police, but he got police knocking at my door. Just to give y'all a little bit of understanding.
The fuck Haas doing, son? That
Take y'all
shit
back.
bad, yo. Why you bursting?
Supreme from the Supreme team admonished his son for threatening 50 Cent on the internet when he was making fun of the death of Irv Gotti. Behind the scenes for years, I've been dealing with Little Preem, talking to him on a regular, whether he show y'all that or not, because some niggas like to throw rocks and hide their hands. So I went at Preem because of the way he disowned his son. And I accused him of some things. One of the things that I accused him of is putting a hit, allegedly, or Little Preem's mother, the facts is the facts. Even though it's not my business.
Hey, Haas, you got that shit fucked up, Haas. I remember the live stream, bro, where yo, listen, this is why I love this shit. I love this. I love these YouTube streets. I remember the live stream where Haas made those allegations about Supreme, where he told the world that Supreme put a hit on his baby mama. You understand what I'm saying? And allegedly, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't want Supreme Jr. He didn't want Little Supreme. He didn't want a baby with Shorty. So he pulled the Ray Carruth on him. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't know who Ray Carruth is, do your research. Tried to have her eliminated. I remember when Haas set the YouTube streets on fire with those allegations. But the problem is, and the information, you know, the issue I got with that is Haas ain't the first one that said that. That been word in the streets. That been word in the courts. That been a part of Supreme's situation while he's in prison to this day. So a lot of people have spoken on this information. A lot of people know about this. So, I mean, if you got a problem with what Haas is saying, then you would have multiple defamation of character situations going on. Why Haas? You playing police games because we see the police knocking on his door and all that. You ain't supposed to be, all right? So I remember Haas giving that game up and dropping that information and going at Lil Preem and all that. I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. You know, you gonna stand on that. And we ain't doing no suing and all that. We ain't serving no papers in the streets. Why can I speak on that? Because I know what it is. I used to be in the streets. I mean, I'm a taxpaying citizen at this point in my life. Yeah, I'm a father, I'm a son, I'm a husband. I'm all these things, my G. Yeah, but I still remember the rules of engagement. So I'm very qualified to speak on what we, come on, man. Nasty work. All right, let's let Haas talk for a few more minutes. Salute to Haas Cambell, man. Salute to everybody in the algorithm. Hey, Harlem. Yeah, I'm waiting for you to drop that. I know it's gonna be epic. Yeah, it's gonna be epic. Go ahead and talk to the people, Haas. Look.
Business, me being a son that didn't have my father in my life growing up, me being a son that saw my father destroyed by the same drugs that Kenneth Supreme Mcgriff is being glorified in his documentaries. This is the part that kills me. And it kills me. It kills me. You were in jail and they got documentaries on how you was one of the biggest drug dealers, drug kingpins in New York history.
Here's how you can take advantage of.
Well, he cooking, man. Go ahead and cook, Haas. You know what I mean? But you got that dog fur laid down. You got that dog fur, Haas. We're gonna talk more about that in a minute. That's dog fur, brother. Respectfully, I got to keep it 100, man. And you told us you was black, man. You ain't no more. That's motherfucking dog fur, brother. Go ahead and talk to the people, Haas. Go ahead, man.
But when I repeat what the courts convicted you of, you're trying to hit me for defamation of character? Your character is already destroyed, and you destroyed it. Look at the characteristics of the man. And even when it boils down to Little Preem, pick a side, my nigga. And I ain't even talking about me. I'm talking about your mother versus your father, my nigga. Your father's still in contact with the nigga that clapped your mother. Allegedly. Your father in jail right now still speaking to the dude that clapped your mother. He put a hit out on your mother, allegedly. Almost cost you your life and her life. But the funny part about it is, y'all want to know something funny? Because I'm not saying that Benny's a rat or he's not a rat, because I can't vouch for what Preem is saying, but you know what I can vouch for? That when it was all over the news that Supreme Kenneth Mcgriff had his baby mother shot, and the police, whoop, whoop, that's the sound of the police when they was looking to lock Preem up for those charges. You know that Benny was the one? You know the light-skinned dude with freckles that's all over the internet being labeled a rat? I'm not saying that he ain't a rat, but I'm saying that he's the one that had little Preem mother drop the charges on Preem so that he wouldn't go to jail and do time because he didn't want his child. He had his baby mother clapped. And now you got the police knocking at my door? You know why I don't want nothing to do with the streets anymore? Because as a grown man, I start to realize, let me give you an example. You got dudes that says, you go in the courtroom, and at the top of the court it says, "In God we trust." And then these dudes go in the courtroom that believe in God. I ain't talking about you niggas that don't believe in God. And see, I don't know if I could do that.
Now, I want to stop Haas right there, man. Salute the Haas. We got more receipts. We going to get into it. But, you know, now you got the police knocking on that man's door. And I see the question, right? Salute to Jamar. I see you in here. Isn't that snitching? When you let these street dudes talk, right, and you let them use the word semantics, you let them, you know, move the board, move the pieces, move, yeah, every time it's spoken about, they move the goal line further back, further back, further back. When I was growing up, police games was police games. But learning and seeing how they playing nowadays, I'm going to break down to you what this is. You know, these hooligans and street niggas is going to say, that's not snitching. Right? What that is telling. See, when I was growing up, snitching, telling, ratting, all of that shit is the same thing, my G. It's all the same thing. But these new age hooligans, they got different definitions. Well, snitching is when you and somebody else commit a crime and then you tell on that other person, your co-defendant, so that you can get less time or get out of your accountability for what you played and your part in that crime, right? Suing somebody is telling. You know when your mama used to tell you, don't be a tattletale. Don't be a tattletale. In the South, when you get an ass whooping for being a tattletale. That's how you learn not to be a tattletale. Well, Hassan Cambell spoke about the very things that Supreme was indicted and convicted for. The very things that was in his lineup, things they spoke about in court. All Haas did was speak about it on the internet. And Supreme is in his feelings, and he's now telling on Haas. I'm telling on you for talking about my situation with my baby mama and all that. I'm going to tell the law. I'm going to tell the judge, and I'm telling on you. Now, again, in the South where I grew up at, in the day and age I grew up, all that shit was put in the same pot. Snitching, telling, ratting, it's all the same thing. But these new niggas, especially these New York niggas, these jail niggas, they got a whole different lineup, a whole different meaning. So Supreme is a tattletale. Yeah, if you know, you know. He's telling on Haas. And for you to tell on somebody, you got to play police games. You got to send the police to their house. so that they could try to hit them with those papers so that they could go ahead and, serve them. You need to be served. And Supreme had Hassan Cambell served. And guess who served him? The goddamn police. Nasty work. Nasty work. Now, I'm gonna let Haas, because we got more receipts, but I want to go into Supreme for a few minutes. We already know you liable to sue somebody. We already know you in a position where you ready to play police games. Well, let's talk about Bimmy. You got Zippy with the drippy exposing Bimmy as a confidential informant for the last 40 years. And then you got Supreme Mcgriff, a ex-drug kingpin, stamping it in his new documentary. Everybody go get the documentary. Go look up the clips however you want to get it. Do your thing. He says in his documentary, Anthony, Bimmy has been a confidential informant for the last 40 years. Now, my question to Supreme is, how long you knew Bimmy was a confidential informant? When exactly did you find out that Bimmy was a confidential informant? 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15, 20, 25 years ago, 30, 40 years ago? When it was beneficial to you, Supreme, you was hiding the fact that Bimmy was a rat. When Bimmy was coming into the jails, when Bimmy was putting money on your commissary, when Bimmy was handling the business with your baby mama so that she wouldn't press charges, you was with Bimmy. When Bimmy's looking out for your son, you with Bimmy. And I'm making a point. I'm going to go somewhere with this. This ain't just for New York jail niggas. This is for all jail niggas, but right now, these dudes is from New York City. You know how Zip say, New York City. I see a consistent pattern of street niggas in New York being okay with rats as long as it benefits them. As long as it's in your benefit, you willing to harbor, you willing to lie, you willing to not say nothing, and you willing to keep your mouth closed when it come to a rat or a confidential informant. I'm talking about, listen, I'm talking from Supreme Mcgriff to Mikey B. I'm sure it's many more. So Supreme was cool with, because obviously you knew Bimmy was a rat. You knew Bimmy, you found out a long time ago that Bimmy had been working with the government for over 40 years. Well, why did you never say something? Why didn't you warn the real niggas and for real niggas in the streets? Why didn't you send word to the street? You didn't have to come out and make a public statement. We know you trying to get out of jail. You didn't have to, put your name on it. Why didn't you send word to the street? Tell everybody to back away from Bimmy. He's a rat. You know why you didn't do that? Because it was beneficial to you. The money Bimmy was making, he was sending it to you. Bimmy was looking out for your family. Bimmy was making moves. You could call Bimmy and tell Bimmy to do X, Y, and Z, and being as though Bimmy's in the street, Bimmy's in the industry, he could make it happen. Now again, all I'm saying is, when you harbor a rat, you just as bad as the rat. When you harbor a rat, your word don't got no more, you ain't got no, you can't validate, you can't certify, you ain't got no credit. Your credibility is shot when you've been harboring a rat all these years. Why nobody ain't asking that? And I'm gonna tell you something. You gotta be careful when you digging graves for other people. Because as much as you dig in that grave, as deep as you dig in that grave, you might fall in that grave. You got to be careful when you digging graves for other people. When you trying to bury somebody, when you trying to incriminate, when you trying to bury another man, you might slip up and fall in that grave. And Bimmy being exposed by Supreme in his documentary, that's a prime example. Because now that you said Bimmy is a rat, now I'm looking at you. Okay, Bimmy's a rat. You said it, right? Supreme, you said Bimmy been a confidential informant for 40 years. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, no problem. How long you knew about that? Now we got to start questioning you. You did. Supreme Mcgriff did bad behind bars. Same thing I said about the homie Mikey B. Salute to the homie Mikey B. You know, he's home. He's working with children. He's a family man. He's no longer a gangster street gang member. So me saying this is not hurting Mikey B. It's no disrespect to Mikey B. But Mikey B did the same thing with Fly Ty, didn't he? It was all good when Fly Ty was buying you Beamers and Fly Ty was giving you money and Fly Ty was taking care of business. Only until y'all fell out, now you want to expose to the YouTube streets that Fly Ty is a rat. It kills your credibility. You know, Supreme, if Bimmy's a rat, why didn't you put the documentation in that documentary? If Bimmy is a rat, why didn't you put the paperwork in the documentary? Let me tell you something. If Zip with the Drip can put that paperwork together, right? I mean, got the YouTube streets in a shamble. He got the YouTube streets in a chokehold with that paperwork. Supreme, you should have all access to the necessary paperwork to expose Bimmy. Why you ain't put that in the documentary? Why you ain't tell us how long you known he, see, because you did bad. And now, on top of you doing bad about Bimmy, you got the police knocking on Hassan Cambell's door. And we just supposed to look past that. We just supposed to act like ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nobody questioning that. I ain't seen a video from Zippy. I ain't seen a video from nobody questioning the credibility of a man that'll sue and send the police knocking on your goddamn door. That's why we here. That's why we, no, let me say something, Black Butterfly. Oh, a lot of people care. A lot of people care, trust me. I'm in these YouTube streets. Oh yeah, it's on fire right now. A lot of people care. They definitely care. But what we can't allow is the picking and the choosing, the moving of the goalposts, the moving of the goal. We can't allow the picking and the choosing. Charlie P, I see you in the chat. Big salute. Oh, we got wrenches in here. First off, you got to subscribe to even get in here with your Twitter fingers. But word to everything, we got wrenches in here. You will not be able to muffle the truth. You will not be able to bring bias to the situation. I know you don't like to hear it. I'm sure you was a New Yorker in the chat running off at your mouth. I know you don't like me being the bearer of bad news, but Supreme did bad. Ain't no reason to be protecting Supreme no more, exposing who's a rat, who's a not. It looked like they all got rat tails. It looked like all these queen niggas, all of these dudes, all of these jail niggas, again, they got rat tails. You look into his situation, it's a rat tail there. You look into that situation, oh yeah, somebody ate the cheese. You done, what kind of cheese you like, Mr. Supreme? You like that Jack cheese right there, huh? You like that Armoray Jack? You like that Swiss? Huh? What you into? You like that American cheese? I mean, I saw a video of police knocking on Hassan Cambell's door on your behalf. Looking like all you niggas got situations and yeah. We gonna expose that so the youth ain't admiring. The youth ain't looking at y'all as role models or something to be or the cool guys. That's why we talk about this. That's why we expose these situations so the youngsters don't follow in y'all footstep thinking that shit cool. Yeah. Yeah, we gonna talk more about it. Big salute to the chat. Let's see what we got. Salute Haas Campbell. We gonna play ball. We gonna, I'm speaking on behalf of Haas Campbell. I'm speaking on behalf of the YouTubers, the content creators. We out here doing what we do. And y'all suing for defamation? I'm talking whole gangster. You's a gangster. You's a drug kingpin. You's a murderer. Treason against the community. You committed treason against the urban community. And now you want to play police games when it's beneficial to you. But you don't like that Bimmy was playing those. See, you like it's okay when you do it. It's a problem when I do it. You know the rest. Big salute to the chat. You know the rest. It's cool when you do it. It's a problem when I do it. Crazy, man. Nasty work. And again, all of these dudes got these weird allegations. I could go down the list. Your favorite YouTuber, ex-gang member, ex-drug dealer, these niggas all got weirdo allegations. Snitch allegations, moot allegations. I heard somebody say Mikey B feet and his toes was in the air. I heard somebody say they walked in a cell and saw Mikey B on his back with his toes in the air, allegedly. I heard somebody say Lil Zippy and Quan were in a full-blown relationship out there in the mountains and all that. Respectfully. The image, the brainwashing is absolutely over. It's over for the streets, nigga. Street niggas is crazy. You jail niggas is crazy. And now look, another jail nigga playing police games. Listen, man, you sue me for defamation of character, you playing police games. You playing police games, my G. Yeah. I'm talking all the way to 10 toes down. I heard the man say out his own mouth he was selling pictures to other jail inmates for money. Yeah. You know what, Haas Campbell? Salute to the homie Haas, man. I'm gonna let you run. Now, I'm gonna go left, right? I'm gonna go left after we get this Haas. I'm gonna let Haas talk a little more. I want to speak about the homie Champ. Another guy, speaking about Bimmy and all that, and having his say-so about what's going on with Bimmy. But I want to speak to what that is with Champ. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna have a conversation about that. We're gonna talk about that because I think that's nasty work, and that's another angle with these street dudes, these jail niggas. Champ is a jail nigga, also a petty thief, and we're gonna talk about that. Champ, don't worry, I ain't forget about you. We gonna respectfully, these jail niggas and street niggas, the jig is up. The jig is up. Big salute to Hassan Cambell. Hey, go ahead and talk to him, Haas. I ain't even gonna hold out no more. I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna let you talk. Let's see what we got. Big salute to Haas Cambell. Hey, Haas, go ahead and talk to the people. Look.
Begin? Shall we begin? Now, if I put something out there on the internet because I didn't do my homework, I take it down. Out of all these years...
Hey, Haas, man. That shit is nasty work, Haas. Hey, Haas, man. You got to be a Haas, man. Go on, a Haas. I don't know what the fuck you got going on, but you need to get a Haas. Put a goddamn curling iron to that, man. Put a curling iron to that dog fur, man. That's dog fur. I'm gonna let you finish, Haas, respectfully. But that right there is dog fur, and you need to goddamn figure that out. If you want us to take you serious, Haas, cause I'm gonna do my due diligence, man. And I'm gonna let you talk and I'm gonna take you serious. But that look at that. You dead wrong for coming on in these YouTube streets with that motherfucking dog fur laid down like that, Haas. You dead wrong. I'm gonna clip this shit up and I'm gonna drop a video. You dead wrong for coming in these YouTube streets with your goddamn dog fur laid down like that. You better get up under a blow dryer. You better dry that shit out. Go ahead and talk to the people, Haas, man. Look.
Y'all know me to be on YouTube. When have you known me to go around just lying on people? If I said something and I didn't do my homework, I apologize and I take it down. But when it comes to my life, why do I gotta explain? Or why do I even have to show paperwork to anybody when I show niggas the police knocking on my door, being served?
Hey, Haas, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go because I'm gonna take you serious. But I want to say one more thing. I think you bald in the back too. Haas, you need to show us the back, man. Because the way you brush that motherfucking dog fur to the front like that, I'm thinking that you bald headed off in the back, man. You got to be bald back there. Ain't no motherfucking way you done brush that dog fur up to the front like that and then edged it up. Why would you brush that dog fur down to the front and edge it up, Haas? All right, I ain't gonna say nothing else. I ain't gonna say nothing else just yet. We could talk more about this. Don't you bring your ass in these YouTube streets no more. Before you go live, Haas, you need to put that dog fur back in the back. Cause you done brushed that motherfucker to the front. You gotta do better, Haas. You can't. Go ahead and talk to the people. I ain't gonna say nothing else. Salute to the chat, hit the like button and all that. Go ahead and talk to the people. Look!
Can I show you an insanely good risk-reward?
You goddamn did wrong, Haas. Go ahead and talk to the people.
And some people may argue, okay, it's because Supreme need money, right? Just like Benny tried to say on MREC TV, Supreme only said that because they know their numbers will go up on the Supreme Team documentary. The first Supreme Team documentary ain't do too well. So they need a hook. They need a hook and a reel in order to grab people's attention so they can get some money and get some eyes on this documentary and get the views up, right? So now all of a sudden, Supreme will put out a defamation of character lawsuit against you at the same time that he says something about Bimmy being a rat for 40 years. It's just weird, man. It's just weird. It doesn't make any sense to me. It don't. Again, if I had that paperwork, I'm going to show it. I'm going to show you guys, yo, this is what's going on right here. Now, some people may say, oh, maybe it's a play for money. Maybe Bimmy gave Hassan a call and said, yo, let's figure something out. Because as you can see, Hassan ain't say nothing about the whole Bimmy situation. Hassan been on 6ix9ine, pause, and now he's on Preem. He's on Jim Jones, pause. You understand what I'm saying? Usually, when something is trending, Hassan has something to say. But he's going to give his own intellectual perspective, which I respect. For this to come out now, saying that you guys served papers for defamation of character from Supreme, it's just off to me. Something doesn't feel right, and that's just my honest opinion.
First of all, champ, you played yourself because nigga, you got my number, my nigga. If you wanted to see the paperwork, my nigga, you could have asked me for the paperwork. But you know that the paperwork is real because you know I'm a real nigga. So instead, you just gonna throw shade. Because if you wanted to see the paperwork, which is coming soon, but why would I have to show you the paperwork when the police was at my door? Y'all saw the paperwork in his hand. Y'all want to see the paperwork? Tune into Harlem TV. If you want to see the paperwork, tune into Harlem TV and make sure y'all go subscribe and hit the like button over there. And make sure y'all go subscribe and hit the like button over there. TV and make sure y'all go subscribe. Want to see the paperwork? Tune into Harlem TV and make sure y'all go subscribe and hit the like button over there. Want to see the paperwork? Tune into Harlem TV and make sure y'all go subscribe and hit the like button over there. But you are right. You are absolutely right, champ. Something just ain't right. Out of all niggas that made videos and had something to say about Supreme, why me? You think I didn't ask that question myself, my nigga? You think that I want to be sued for $10 million? Out of all of the niggas that had something to say about Supreme, even the niggas that snitched on him, that got him doing life in jail, I'm the nigga that he want to take to court. You think I didn't ask myself that question 1,000 times over? You think I didn't ask myself, why y'all don't ask WAC 100 if this case is real? Why y'all don't ask WAC 100? How did he know? Last Sunday, he texted me while I was laying in the bed, I'm just joking. I'm just joking, you two. Nah, but the nigga texted me talking about, you only got 10 days left, right? I looked at my phone because I don't speak to WAC. So I calls the nigga. What's up, WAC? What are you talking about? You know you got 10 days to respond, right? How you know that? So then I goes into my, wow, these niggas is diabolical. Now I'm begging and pleading, yo, could you help me? Because I'm afraid. This is bigger than a lawsuit, my nigga. These niggas is diabolical. Yes, now I am afraid. Because the niggas that I'm used to beefing with, they see you in the street and they air you out. These niggas is playing in court. I don't know what role WAC 100 plays in this. I don't know why I never spoke to nobody. I kept this quiet because I was waiting to see what the lawyers was going to have to say dealing with this situation. So I was sitting up there. I ain't say nothing to nobody. Only a chosen few people knew what was going on with me. But you absolutely right, champ. Something just ain't right. When a nigga like me, I'm the voice of the people. And some people, whether y'all like it or not, they believe in me. Whether you like it or not, some people believe in me.
Last month, someone called my office pretending.
Yo, a $10 million lawsuit, they about to play ball with Haas. This shit right here, respectfully, like I'm gonna tell you, and that's an angle with this live stream, for a lot of the youngsters and just anybody that's within this, this content creation realm, right? Like it's a dangerous game. If it's not done right, you understand? This shit is dangerous. Now, $10 million defamation character lawsuit, 10 million. A lot of the time, that's not to really convict, it is to convict you, right? But it's more to drain you. See, certain people play these type of police games to drain your pockets, to make you go broke. You know what I mean? The only objective of this situation is to drain your pockets. Niggas ain't really worried about you getting no police time, no jail time, no convictions. They ain't really worried about if you gonna be behind bars. They gonna stretch this shit out Because they know you ain't got 10 million. Oh, man, respectfully. I'm just trying to show you, like, the police games that homie is playing. Nigga, nigga ain't got nothing close to 10 million. You understand? And now you got to start moving shit around. Things that's in your name or might be in your wife's name. It gets spooky because your wife and you are one. They'll start seizing her shit. They'll start going to her bank account. This thing gets spooky. That's why he's so mad. You got to know it ain't, it's deeper than rap. Like, I seen in the chat, like, yo, he upset. Yeah, that nigga scared. You know what I mean? You get the motherfucker serve your paperwork like that to the front door. That's serious. Yeah, lawyer, all that shit. Drain you, man. You'll go broke your ass and be in foreclosure. You know what I'm saying? That's a big number. 10 million. Now, I just want to speak on this, right? Because in this video, in this receipt, you saw a guy by the name of Champ speaking on the situation, right? And when I saw that, big salute to Haas, when I saw Champ in the receipt, the download started to download and my memory started to come back. And I said, that's the guy that was going back and forth with Bimmy out there to Tennessee a few months or about a year ago. All on Mad Hoffa and all that. I remember that guy. And again, like I told y'all, these jail niggas, these so-called jail stand-up dudes, right? They all got chinks in their armor. They all got something going on. They all got certain situations that, if exposed to the youngsters, brought to the forefront, yeah, man, the image. And it's so crazy to me that Champ is in these YouTube streets like we forgot you went into them white people house with the dog fur, stole that money, stole that credit card, went all the way back to New York City. You understand? Went off up in that bodega, swiped that lady credit card, went off up in the Apple store, swiped that lady credit card. You understand? You talking on Bimmy, you disrespecting Bimmy because he's a confidential informant and he's the only reason your ass ain't back in prison. Yeah, I got the receipts. I got the receipts. Hey, the nigga Champ, these niggas is no good. They did bad. One of the worst things you could ever come across is a petty thief. I want to speak to that. Yeah, FBA Key T, you took the words right out my. A petty thief is one of the worst type of men or people you could ever rub shoulders with. I know niggas, somebody rob you, you know what I mean? And at least they gonna come out there, they put the gun in your face, put your hands up, give me the wallet. You know you're being robbed. You understand? Somebody that sell drugs, it's like, damn, you destroying the community. But, you making a mistake, and that's treason. But a motherfucker that'll play in your house, come into your house, smile in your face, jump in your goddamn swimming pool, eat your food, and then sneak off up in your room and steal your money. That's the worst type of nigga. The worst. So I'm in these YouTube streets. You know what I'm saying? My voice is, I'm a factor in these YouTube streets. I do my thing with this platform. And to see a dude like Champ jump back out there, this nigga rapping about walking the yard, but you a petty thief. That's what I'm talking about. Nigga Champ, nigga got a whole YouTube channel. He a rapper too. He rapping about walking the yard, and he got a YouTube channel called Walking the Yard, promoting jail activity, glorifying he was walking the yard, trying to make it sound cool. You need to change your YouTube channel name to Petty Criminal, Petty Thief. Hey, Champ, I think that fits you a lot better. I think you should glorify the fact And you should talk about the fact that you the type of, you know what, we got the receipts, fuck it. Hey, I don't want to waste no more time. I'm going to let Champ talk right here, right? And then we going to play the video. We going to play the video because you was cool with Bimmy. You was running around with Bimmy. You was out there in Tennessee, deep diving all in the pool and all that, playing around, having a good time. You was cool with Bimmy until you got exposed for being a, and then you lied. You know what? Let's let this man talk. I want y'all to listen to Champ right here. I don't mind being the bearer of bad news. You niggas is in this algorithm painting the narrative and painting the picture of y'all some type of stand-up jail niggas, and each and every last one of y'all got chinks in your armor. Nasty work. Go ahead and talk to the people. You know what, Champ? You know what, Champ? You can go ahead and talk to the people. Talk. Look.
Benito, it's over for you. You think other investors is gonna come on board and try to do something with you now? No, you have no street cred. You look crazy in the streets. Nobody is going to actually believe anything coming out of your fucking mouth. You fat bastard. You want to run around here with Tracy Morgan and this person, that person. Tracy probably don't even know what the fuck is going on. Or he just don't care. But that's your man, right? This is the thing I'm trying to tell y'all. Supreme stated clearly that Bimmy has been an informant for 4 years and he laid out the story. Again, go watch the Supreme Team documentary. Last year, he tried to have me sent to prison, essentially. It didn't work because it was fucking false. It didn't work. But you try to send me to jail. You have a fucking long history of sending niggas to prison. But, God got his hands on me. I always survive. I always overcome. Pause. I did 4 state bids, in and out of prison most of my life. And every time I came home, I had an opportunity. Even with all of the nonsense and mess I went through with math last year, I still got opportunities presented to me. And I'm still getting opportunities presented to me. I'm still working. I'm still getting money. I'm still doing what I got to do. Because none of you bitch-ass niggas can stop greatness. Especially you rat-ass nigga.
Hey, Champ, I want to say one thing. We're gonna get deeper into this because it's some more receipts. You said, like, he tried to put you in prison, and we're gonna talk about that. You said he tried to put you in prison, right? Cool. But you said something else that stuck out to me. You said, because God got me. And the downloads download the way they download. And I wanted to just speak to that before we get into this next receipt, right? Y'all got to stop bringing God into this. First off, be specific on what God you talking about, because there's multiple different gods that you could worship. You understand? And stop talking about God. God ain't got nothing. God ain't covering you for. I'm gonna play the receipt and all that. But a lot of you dudes, I don't really like when I hear y'all say that God got me. Nah, nigga, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. The way you did them people out there in Tennessee, I don't think God got nothing to do with that. The reason you ain't in prison is because a confidential informant talked to them people, and he probably talked to the feds as well and said, yo, that's my man. He's rocking with me. Just let's let this go. No money was, that's what happened. Bimmy talked to them white people out there in Tennessee. Them some good white people. Them some good dog fur having people, respectfully, that you stole from, brother. That's why you should be thanking Bimmy that you ain't in there for your 5th state bid. You said you've been in there for 4 state bids. You should be thanking Bimmy that your ass ain't in prison right now. That's a hell of a charge. That's burglary, that's a whole bunch of shit. You stole out the house, you broke into the back door, you went in there, got your own. I got the receipts. Absolutely disgusting. Yeah, you moving around in these YouTube streets, man. I'm gonna make it hard. I'm gonna speak out, man. I'm gonna speak out against a petty thief. Yeah, I don't want you on my algorithm. I don't follow you. I'm not subscribed to your channel. I don't know how your information and your content is popping up in the algorithm. I don't want to see. I'm gonna block your ass. I don't want to see your algorithm. I don't want to see nothing you got going on. Motherfucker come in your house, eat your goddamn biscuits, and then sneak off in the back room and steal out your purse? Well, I would have put a, boy, you wouldn't have made it back to New York City. Down here in the South is called goddamn stand your ground. And I would have stood my ground. I would have blew your ass down. You go in my wife's purse. You ever steal out my wife's purse? I would have told Bimmy, don't say nothing. Y'all come back down here and get in the pool and all that. Don't tell them nothing. Just don't say, shh. Y'all come back down to visit. I would have blew your ass down. Yeah. I would have did you. You stole out my wife's purse? You know what? Let's let the confidential informant talk about the situation, what you did out there in Tennessee. You was cool with Bimmy, the confidential informant. You was taking flights. You was traveling. You was meeting dog fur white people. You was out there in Tennessee with your swimming trunks on, all in the backyard, all in the videos, dancing. Yeah. Got them people out there feeding you. You all down south eating the cornbread, eating the barbecue. You was cool with Bimmy. A lot of you niggas was cool with Bimmy. Go ahead and talk to the people, man. Look.
Yo, the card is missing. They said, we're going to let you know who it is, man, because the investigators on it and we got the footage and blah, blah, blah. I'm in Vegas. My second day in Vegas, they called me again. They said, yo, it's Champ. Because in my mind, I was saying, like, they said, yo, it's Champ. Because they said, yo, it's Champ. They said, yo, it's Champ. Because in my mind, I was saying, like, he's from Brooklyn, Champ from Brooklyn, right? But he's with me. So it can't be him. So who else can it be? Champ. The card was used in the bodega at a smoke shop in Brooklyn the next day. If you see the footage, he's calling, he texts him first, yo, big homie, I made it back. He called my partner and said, hey, good morning, Sunshine. I'm back. Can we do business with you? Right? Boom. Then he called, matter of fact, he was on the phone with one of the artists while he's using the card. He flipped it over, and so the man can see the name. He tapped it.
You know what I'm saying? You was fixed. I was hollering at you like your mom.
They said, yo, it's Champ. Because my mind, they said, yo, it's Champ. Because my mind, they said, yo, it's Champ. Because my mind, I was saying, like, he's from Brooklyn, Champ from Brooklyn, right? But he's with me. So it can't be him. So who else can it be? Champ.
Hey, Champ, man, you don't need to come out here talking about what's going on. Leave that to us. Let us do what we do. This ain't got, Champ, you a petty motherfucking, you a petty thief. You a thief. You know what? Fuck it. I ain't gonna waste no more time. I'm tired of doing this shit. You know what, Champ? Let's look at this. This is you, right, Champ? Hey, Champ. We gonna break this down. I want y'all to watch Champ movements. Because one of the things I want y'all to leave with tonight is to learn the mannerisms of a petty thief. Oh, I want you to see how he move his neck. I want you to see how he make eye contact. Watch Champ. Somebody get Champion. Champ. Watch. Look. Now look right here. That's Champ right there. Look at Champ. That's Champ. Now I want you. Now I'm gonna show you. I want you to see Champ. He gonna look right here. Look. The bathroom is this way. Look at Champ eyes. Champ already looking this way. The bathroom is this way, but Champ eyes is this way. Let's look at Champ. Look. Now, look right here now. He looking like he going to the bathroom. Now watch Champ now. Boo! Hey Champ, one thing I know about you, that's hard left. You act like you was going to the bathroom and you went in that goddamn master bedroom and you went in that white lady purse, Champ. You was a diabolical. Nah, we need to cancel Champ from the YouTube streets. I don't want to hustle in the streets with a petty thief. Your ass is still out somebody's purse. I don't want to be in the same streets with you. Oh boy, not Champ. Nasty work. And anybody fucking with you, I'm going to put a target on you. And anybody rocking with Champ, I'm gonna put a target on your back. Champ, you need to call that lady and apologize. You need to say thank you to Bimmy, cause your ass I'd have put your ass in prison. I'd have made sure your ass went to jail. Simple and plain. And yeah, you're still for my wife. I'm either gonna blow your ass down with this pistol, or you're going to prison. Pick your choice. Pick and choose what you want. You want to go to jail, or you want to lay it down? Which one you want to do? Yeah, going somewhere. You ain't going back to YouTube. That's one thing. One thing for sure, two things for certain. Your ass ain't going back to the YouTube streets. You going to the grave, or you going to prison? Which one you want? You's a jail nigga, right? You don't mind going to prison. Oh, I just wanted to throw that out there. All right? That's diabolical. Man, we gonna watch you one more time, champ. You don't mind? And then we gonna move back to Hassan Cambell, and we gonna move back to Supreme Mcgriff Jr. You know, we gonna watch you one more time, champ, if you don't mind. Go. Let's watch champ. Look. Now I just want to say this. We're gonna get back to this, the situation at hand. But to all of you project living New Yorkers, to all you New York niggas that live in the projects with the pissy hallways and the pissy elevators, and to all you New Yorkers, I want to give you some game real fast. Whenever you walk into a big ass house like this, there's cameras in there. The big house, I got multiple cameras in the pool. I got cameras at the front door. I got cameras in the foyer. I got cameras in here. Okay? Always keep that in mind. I know y'all not used to this type of shit. You live out there in them project buildings, and it's goddamn 15,000 of y'all all stacked up on top of each other. And you got incinerators. You got to put your trash in the incinerator, and you got the pissy hallways and the pissy staircases, and the projects. When you come down and you come into one of these big ass houses, respectfully, It's we got more than Ring cameras at the door. Oh, it's way more. It's cameras everywhere. Just so you know that. Champ, he from Brooklyn. He don't know that we keep cameras in these big ass houses and it's cameras everywhere. And you walk your ass into that room and you went in her purse while all of them was in the pool playing and splashing and playing volleyball and kicking and swimming. You snuck into you. Hey, I need to use the bathroom. It's always that one nigga that need to use the bathroom when everybody outside. When everybody in the pool and everybody playing and we cooking on the grill and we getting hot dog and hamburgers, it's that one nigga. Hey, can you show me? Hey, the bathroom is in there. I'm gonna go ahead and use the bathroom real fast. You don't mind, do you? And then they sneak into the room with all the purses. You know, all the women, we put their purse in the back room. So everything is safe. We put your purse over there in the back room. And then he go and sneak his ass in the back room and go through the purses and take the credit card. All right, I just needed to say that. You YouTube niggas ain't do enough when it come to Champ. Y'all got him back out in these YouTube streets talking like he owned something. And you was a petty thief. All right, let's let the homie Haas talk a few more minutes. Big salute to Haas, man. We ain't gonna hold you back. I ain't gonna talk more. I ain't gonna talk about your goddamn dog fur no more, Haas. I'm gonna let you do your thing. Go ahead and talk to the people, Haas.
Look. So when I say something, it hits different. And yeah, them lives that I did on Supreme, yeah, they rocked the internet. Of course, I put them on private. After he sent me a letter months ago threatening me. I said, you know what? Let me not play with this nigga. It's like my lawyer said, this nigga got too much time on his hands. But nah, these niggas are very, very calculated at what they doing. Very, very calculated at what they doing. And for me, I can tell you right now, Preem, you'll never get $1 out of me, my nigga. I have nothing in my name. I will never put nothing in my name. Nothing. I was already moving like that. I grew up like that. Nigga, you will never catch nothing in my name. You will never get $1 from me. But I'm not even going into Preem. I'll save Preem for my life. Believe me when I tell you. Because he done opened up a can of worms and I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. But yeah, I know a lot of niggas feel a certain type of way. Because everything, it's like a silent competition going around on YouTube with niggas that don't even compete with me. Niggas that don't even compete with me. I don't even understand how you got YouTubers that came on YouTube after me. And platforms that I've been on, they want to be on. Topics that I talk about is what they deal with. I do reaction videos, now they do reaction videos. I mean, I understand. I am that nigga.
He talking about Zip. I ain't got no dog in the fight, you know what I mean? But he talking about Zip right there, you know what I'm saying? They got their little thing. It's absolutely disgusting. You know what I mean? And you got to know something. Hey, we ain't picking and choosing, man. Police games is police games, my G. When the gangsters start suing other, when did that become a part of the game? It's disgusting, B. Go ahead, Haas. Talk to the people.
I am that nigga, whether niggas like it or not. And yes, there is all eyes on me. You know why? The same way all eyes is on any other leader. When you love your people enough to use your voice for them and go against the grain. You niggas is working for the colonizer. Y'all on the front line for the devil. I'm working for the Most High. Using my voice for the people of poverty and pain. And some people just don't like that. But Wack, why you so quiet? Why you silently in my DM telling me that I gotta go to court and I only got 10 days left, Wack? Huh? Why don't y'all ask Wack 100 how he knew I was going to court? Instead of...
Now, I'm going to end with this, right? It's nasty work, but I think with this situation with, and I'm the first one to say this, but I think this situation with Supreme And Haas is going to be used to make content out of Hassan Cambell. I think that this is going to be used. Supreme is in the federal penitentiary. Anything he do, any moves he make, the feds is watching. The higher-ups and the elites are paying attention. These dudes like Supreme don't even understand that he's a puppet. He's being used. In Haas, they about to make a spectacle out of Haas with this. This shit could get real. I mean, I'm going to keep an eye on it because a $10 million lawsuit to a dude who ain't got $1 million, this shit could go way bad. It could get ugly for real. That's why you hear the urgency in Haas while he talking. That's why it's a sense of urgency. It's almost a sense of fear. Like Haas is spooked by this. As he should be. You know what I mean? Haas is spooked by this. You know what I mean? Like you ain't really expecting a dude like Supreme Mcgriff to be suing you for $10 million. All right? Big salute to the chat, man. Big salute to everybody that's locked in. We having our way with this. When you get into this YouTube space, when you build up a channel and you become a threat to the establishment, you need to make sure that every word counts. When you talking about people, you need to make sure every word counts. And also, you need to understand who exactly you're talking about. You know, Supreme Mcgriff. When Haas said that about what he did to his baby mama, that shit was a big deal. I seen it. It was a big backlash that came from that. Tasha K, when she said that Cardi B had these sexually transmitted diseases, X, Y, and Z, it was a big backlash for that. In these YouTube streets, trust me, you're not protected. This is journalism, but it's not journalism. Like, you will get washed up. They can wash you up if you talk this a certain way and they want to play police games with you. I say that as well, Cardi. That shit is police games, B. Court, serving the paper, all that shit is police games. You know, this is something everybody should keep their eye on, especially YouTubers. This right here could get ugly. All right? So you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? You already know you can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. I mean, you absolutely know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in, Leah. I suggest you tap into this Grown Man Business. I suggest you tap into this Grown Man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick, directly into the bottles. Straight off the brick, directly into the bottles. Straight, raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoat nothing. We not dressing nothing up. I'm only giving you this game straight raw, my G. No fitna, no quinine, no baking soda. We ain't water whipping that dope, and we ain't counter whipping that dope. It's pure dope, straight off the brick, directly into the bottles. Supreme Mcgriff is playing police games. Suing Hassan Cambell for a $10 million defamation of character lawsuit is nasty work. Tattletelling, ratting, snitching. Let's not move the goalposts. Let's keep the same energy. The same fucking energy, because I'm going to tell you something, man. I ain't seen no real paperwork on Bimmy. I don't know if he's a rat. I don't know if he isn't. But I ain't seen no real stand down paperwork on Bimmy. I haven't seen it. I heard Supreme say it, but I haven't seen it. But when it come to Haas Cambell, oh, it's stomped down, guaranteed paperwork on Supreme Mcgriff. Kenneth Mcgriff. It's guaranteed pay. When you do it, when you doing that type of police games, your name is in the paperwork. You draw it up and filed that. Oh yeah, you did that. You did that. So let's make sure we keep the same energy for all you thug and jail niggas out here pushing a line, pushing a narrative, and pushing an agenda. Yeah, zipping them boys. They speak for the jail niggas. Grown Man Business TV, I speak for the hard-working grown men that stand on grown man business every day. I speak for the grown men that grew up in poverty, grew up in the streets, played in the streets, but we figured out a way to wiggle out of the streets. We didn't let the white man put handcuffs on us for the next 25 years, doing slave labor, making the white man rich in those private prisons. We didn't do that. We got in and we got out the streets. I speak for us. You did 25 years in prison, nigga, you lost. You ain't no, it ain't nothing prestigious about you going to jail for 25 years. Ain't nothing prestigious about you committing crimes and getting caught and going to prison. Ain't nothing prestigious about that. Zip, Mikey B and them niggas, they speak for the jail niggas that went to prison for 30 years. Committed a crime and went to prison damn near more than half of their life. Me, Grown Man Business TV, I speak for the ones who wiggled out the streets. We didn't have to tell on nobody. We didn't have to snitch on nobody. It's just we could see through the smoke and mirrors, and we realized a long time ago, oh, this shit is washed. I can make more money going to work. I can make more money being a plumber, being an electrician, being a truck driver. I can make way more money starting my own business. I can make way more money. That's what we pushing to the youth. That's what we telling these babies. Hey, nigga, don't get it confused looking at these. This shit is a trap. It's a false narrative. They got y'all thinking that these niggas is doing this, doing that. Ask one of them dudes when the last time they been to the dentist. Ask one of them dudes what kind of dental and mental and health insurance they got. They ain't got that. You want to get rich? Get your plumbing certificate. Start a business. So I speak for the grown men that never left for 40 years. The grown men that paid the tax money so you could eat in prison. The grown men that paid the tax money so you could sleep in prison. The grown men that paid the tax money so you could watch the goddamn Super Bowl in Sports Center. So you could have lights so y'all could play spades and chess and checkers. I represent this side of the fence. I represent this side of reality. Grown man business. All right? So we about to start the week off fresh. Y'all already know. You know, time is continuance, man. They got us in this matrix where they act like, you know, I'm going to tell y'all something. You know, let me ask you a question, right? Let's talk about this. And I'm not going to go too far left, but I want y'all to take this with y'all. They got us in a matrix where they just repeating days and shit over and over. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Monday again? How many days is it in a year? Hey, salute to the chat and everybody in here. Put it in the chat for me. How many days is it in a year? Big salute. I want to see what y'all say. I want to see how y'all feel about this. And this might be my next live stream where I'm going to take y'all deep. I almost want to go back the night. I almost want to double back the night. You understand me? I'm thinking about it. 364 and a half and 1/4, 365, 365. Okay, listen to me. It's only 7 days in a year. It's only 7 days in a year. What you mean by that, G&B TV? I mean, you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What other days is it? What other days is it? Don't let this go over your head or under your bridge. But I want you to take this with you when you leave out to work tomorrow. You got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What other days is it? You said it's 365. Well, goddamn, count the days out. Count out the rest. That's 765, 348. Count out the other 348 days that you say they got you believing is out there. I only count 7. Oh, they got y'all recycling the days over and over again. Y'all ain't never thought that that was weird, that you could have Monday again and again and again and Sunday again and again and again. And so it's 365 days of the same goddamn days. Come on, dog fur. That dog fur got us brainwashed. That dog fur got us caught up in the fucking matrix where we'll take 7 days and loop the motherfuckers to 350. That dog fur nasty work, but I see you. Yeah, I gave y'all that gym because I want the higher ups and the elites to know that I know. Oh yeah, I'm aware. And my people to be aware of it. It's only 7 days. Let me ask you this. If I owe you $100, right? Can I just take this same 20 and say, here go 120? Okay, give me that back. Here go another 20. Okay, give me that back. Here go another. Can I do that and then say, okay, I gave you the 25 times, that's $100? No, you want 5 $20 bills. If I owe you 100, you want 100 $1 bills. I can't give you $1 100 times. You want me to give you all the $100 bill 100 ones. I'm just saying, you either got 7 days or you got 365. It ain't rocket science. Now, with that being said, we about to start this week off in the Matrix. We know we in the Matrix. We know this shit ain't real. We know it's all an illusion. It's all brainwashing. We know the dog fur got us in the cobra clutch in this bullshit Matrix, and we are watching this Matrix fall. We are watching this Matrix crumble every day. But we still gonna play in this Matrix. So we gonna start this Monday off. Even though we had Monday last week, we had Monday the week before that, and we had Monday the week before that. Even though we keep having the same fucking Monday, but it's a different day. It's the same Monday, but it's actually a different day. This day tomorrow was not the same as last week, but they calling it the same shit. Today, this Sunday, is not the same Sunday as last week. It's not the same football games. It's not the same television. It's not the same weather. It's not the same pattern. Everything about this Sunday is different from last Sunday, but they calling it the same fucking Sunday. Being as though we know this, we're going to step into this week motivated, optimistic, energized, happy, vibrating at a high frequency. That's the only way to beat the Matrix. That's the only way. The only way to become Neo in the Matrix is to vibrate at a high energy at the same time knowing this shit ain't real. It's all fucking facade. It's all a facade. It's all fake. It's nothing real about this shit. Knowing that it's all a lie. Continuing to operate at a high frequency is how you destroy this. It's how you elevate. So yeah, let's stay motivated. Let's stay optimistic. Let's stay, let's stay energized. Let's stay happy. Let's stay at a high frequency. Let's remain enthusiastic. Let's remain enthused about it all. Let's remain enthused because we know what we dealing with. And you know what? We all got things to do Monday, but the downloads have just downloaded. And what I need you to know is we going back live tonight. We're going to get biblical. We're going to use some of this Sunday to get biblical. We're going to talk about something that I seen, and the downloads have downloaded, so ain't no turning back from that. We going live again tonight at 10:45. You know what? 10:45, 11 o'clock, late night live stream. We're going to talk about NLE Chopper. That's what we going to do, all right? Big salute to the chat. You already know what time it is. We going back live again at 11 o'clock, all right? You already know how I give it up. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You can tap in, you can tap out. But you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in.